Hello and welcome to episode. Actually, what episode is it?
No idea. It's
We have no
been a
idea what the
month.
episode is because
It's
it's
been
been a
a
while.
month. I'll,
Anyways,
I'll
welcome
look it
back.
up.
Welcome back to the DaebakCast.
We're very prepared.
This is a weekly podcast where I guess we come together each week to talk about K-pop and what is current in the K-pop industry. Sorry it's been a while. I've been really busy with school.
It is episode
Andrew's trying to figure out
139.
his work situation. Nate's still here.
We've been doing Queendom Cast with Jakari and Sam.
Yep. So we've been trying to keep some stuff out at least, at the very least. So yeah, this semester's been so busy, so forgive me. Anyways, this week we're kind of just like I guess playing catch up. So we'll be
Yep.
reviewing a certain album. I'm sure you wanted to hear our thoughts on. Um, we recently went to a certain concert. Uh, Certain members from a certain disbanded group that Nate particularly enjoys debuted again,
Magically reappeared.
and then random other shit that we didn't cover. So yeah,
Yep. That's our episode for today. Episode 139.
139.
Yep.
All right. So I guess without further ado, we can get into the first topic. I guess.
Well, first, everyone join Discord and
Yeah,
subscribe
everyone join
and like
Discord and
the
subscribe.
videos.
And I forgot to say I'm joined by Nate, who
Yep. Drip,
usually
drip,
isn't
drip
English.
was my English lyrics.
All right. Yeah,
Even though
I'm
I've said
out
so
of it.
many things. But yeah, join Discord. It's
Yeah.
awesome. You can come join us, talk to us. You can hang out with Sam, Jakari, and Baron, and other people you've seen on the podcast, and just talk about K-pop or whatever. And we do fun
Yep.
things like song ratings, or we are doing a K-pop fantasy league.
Yes.
So that'll be interesting. It's gonna be a mess, but since we've never done anything like it before.
Yep.
But Sam will figure it out because it's her thing. So even though Stu came up with the idea and then just kind of made Sam do everything.
Yeah.
But that's
Right.
it. Yep. Now we can go on to the first topic.
Now I'm going to the first topic, which is an album review of a very good album. Spoiler alert. Taeyeon's second full-length album, Purpose.
Yep. It's finally here.
It is after so long.
Yep.
Especially since I think it was last year or beginning of this year, like we heard so many of the songs off the
It was
album from
earlier
her
this
last
year.
tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we were like, where are these songs? Why aren't they being released? And it took like freaking forever. So yeah, finally here after so long. I'm really excited to talk about this. So
Go for it.
yes. All right, first we are starting out the record with Here I Am. I really thought this was a great track to open the album off with. Like the simple piano, strings, and like percussion combo for the instrumental was a really nice choice to like kind of set the mood and to emphasize what we came here for, which was Tan's like beautiful voice that kind of takes you on a epic journey, sort of speak, with every listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, another thing I'd like to touch on was like I really liked how much or how they went with kind of a more quiet and like low key version of the chorus to take us out of the song. I thought that was really nice to
Mhm.
sort of lull us out.
Yeah, for the ending.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I really like the melancholic nature of this opening, like the beginning with the piano and like her really breathy, like vocals. And it just feels like this is something Taeyeon does a lot, and even on this album. But her songs like really do build to a chorus, and then the chorus is like the very grand, like part of the song with stronger vocals. This song brings in a drum beat.
yeah,
And then I like how the second verse maintained that drum beat. It was just a little bit more dynamic. So yeah, I thought this was a great way to start the album. Obviously, Here I Am is like a great title for the opening song for
track.
an album.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Up next we have the single from the album, which is Spark. or Booty in Korean. I really, really love this song. I think it's probably her strongest title track to date,
Really?
and I think, yeah, I love Spark. Like, it's really, really good. I think it really gets the job well done to kind of like sell you on listening to the rest of the album because if you like this, you like everything else.
Yeah.
I really love the use of guitar in the instrumental, which like kind of gets cleared out and filled in with the like claps and percussion in the post chorus.
Yeah.
I also hear like a tambourine, which I think
There's
is
a
pretty
tambourine.
interesting because we don't always hear that sort of thing in K-pop.
Yep.
It's more of a like old school Western pop sort of trope that kind of died off, and I think it's kind of cool that to hear it in this. Um, yeah, but yeah, the song is super fun. It really gets you hyped for the rest of the album.
Yep. Yeah, I really like this song too. I don't think it's her best. It's not my favorite of her like singles. It's probably in the middle for me. But yeah, I really like the guitar and the driving drums. The opening builds that instrumentals until it hits the pre-chorus. And then the pre-chorus they drops everything out again to rebuild the chorus, and like really emphasize the chorus. But yeah, both parts of the chorus are really good. Like the ooze in the first part as well as the clapping in the second part. It's just like really catchy and fun, and
Mm,
like dynamic. So it's something that you can like dance along to and kind of sing along to, and it's really good.
yeah.
Um, as for the music video, I love the styling, and I like how we get choreography for the song because like we don't always get choreography for Taeyeon singles, and it's pretty catchy choreography. But yeah, she looks amazing. The sets are great. But then I have one very specific thing I need to call out. That's basically the only negative thing I'll say on this review. But I hate the green screen parts of this music video, mostly just because I have higher expectations for SM, who has the money to have better like editing and effects. But for the most part, my biggest issue is one specific scene where they're like dancing on the like crane,
Crane.
and the problem I have with it is like the background is a sunset, but then the lighting is coming from in front of them to the left and the right, and it's just like super obviously bad lighting, and so it just made the shot look really cheap to me.
Hmm.
Like if they just whoever directed it just had any idea of how lighting worked, like the shot would have been fine. Like it's not really the green screen problem I have with, it's the lighting. Like it was just it completely threw me off and really bothered me. But for the most part, I like the music video a lot. And I think all the like actual sets and the outfits and everything are great.
Mm. All right. Kind of next we have Find Me. I think the percussion section in this song is really, really strong, and it kind of like marches the song forward as we
Yep.
go through it. Once we reach like the pre-chorus, the mix like really fills in with some pianos and whatnot, and ends up sounding really like rich and vibrant by the time we get into the actual chorus.
Yeah.
And as is the case with all our songs, Tan's vocals seriously are a standout. Like, um, yeah, this is like it's not among my favorites on the album, but it's still like super, super, super strong. Like, if that has any indication on like how much I enjoyed this album, I think, yeah, this is really, really great.
Yeah. Surprise, surprise. We both really like a Taeyeon album. Who would have
Yeah.
thought? Um, yeah, I really like how it instantly catches your attention with the drum fill, and then it just goes into that intense like tom based beat. So it's not snares at all; it's all toms, which
Yep.
is cool. And then all overlaid on like the piano, and she is like for this song she has like less intense vocals, which I think was nice to like contrast that really intense like tom beat. But then it really
Mm,
picks up with the guitar in the pre-chorus, and just like it's that more uplifting sound in the chorus. It's a pretty standard Taeyeon song, but that's not a bad thing.
yeah. Up next we have Love You Like Crazy. Now this is one of the highlights of the album for me. Like from the like the vocals to the full and like big sounding instrumental to the, ad libs that come in and out throughout the chorus.
Yep.
Everything about this song is like really, really awesome. It's almost like it's it's still like through and through a pop song, but it's almost got kind of like a little bit of a rock tinge to it, I think.
Yeah, it's got a lot of
Just in
jazz to it as
yeah,
well.
jazz, but I think in her like vocal delivery, I think
Yeah.
I could see it having like a rock version at like a concert.
Hmm.
Which, speaking of that, we'll mention something like that later in another topic. Um, yeah, this Tan's vocals in this are like especially like confident and strong sounding in this one. I
Yeah.
think this is a sound for this song in particular is a sound that I would like Tan to continue to explore in the future.
Yeah. So yeah, this gave me vibes of like stuff we got on Something New. It was very similar
Yeah,
to
yeah, I
that
agree,
album.
and I
Um,
love that mini album.
yeah, it's just like very loungy and like upbeat jazz. Like you said, the instrumentals definitely stood out to me. They were the highlight. Adding the strings in the second verse were really good.
Mm,
And in the second pre-chorus, we got like a much more pronounced bass line. It's just got a really dynamic, like great instrumental arrangement. So that stood out to me a lot.
yeah. All right. Up next we have LOL. Like, so I know a lot. Like, I saw like mixed reviews on this song, but personally, I thought this was also like a big standout on the album for me as well. I really love the kind of like mysterious sounding like opening and instrumental they use throughout the song.
Hmm.
I also really love how like huge the chorus comes in with the beat drop. I thought that was awesome. And yeah, like I personally, I think this is one of the strongest songs on the album because I don't know, it's just not really a vibe that many K-pop artists really play with. It's like
Hmm.
almost got kind of like an alternative feel to it to me. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think it was really nice.
So yeah, this is actually my favorite song on the album.
Mm,
Um, yeah, it's a lot more electronic sounding at the start, not her usual sound, and that drop into like the really echoey vocals
yeah.
and like just the bass rhythm was really cool. And then it adds like super pronounced and like echoey brass instrumentals, where
Mm.
it basically becomes the like Korean theme to the next Bond movie. It sounds
Dude,
exactly
that
like
would be
A
awesome.
Bond theme at that
If
part with the
imagine
brass.
imagine
Um,
if they had this as a Bond theme and it
yeah,
was literally just called LOL.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, like that part, like very much so sounds like straight out of a Bond theme. And then it
Mm,
changes intensity levels a bunch, and it's all really cool. We get like a really sweet guitar solo. We get like super jazzy sound after that. It's all over the place, but it's all over the place in a really good way. And it stood out to me a ton. It was definitely my favorite.
yeah. Coming up next is Better Babe. Um, this is again like a really, really great song. I know Baron said it's the weak point of the album for him, but I still think the song is really strong in its own right.
Hmm.
Um, I love how like Tan's vocals come out for the chorus in this song. Like they're very like big and pronounced.
Yeah.
The instrumentals on this one I think are much more simple than those on other tracks, which maybe that's why it doesn't stand out as much for Baron. Can't speak for him. You can go on Discord and ask him yourself, I guess.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I think that does a really good job of like emphasizing Tan's vocals in this case. There's lots of uses of silence in that regards to the or in regards to the instrumental, and I think it works really well.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the build to the chorus. I like how it starts out with like people talking and a ton of background noise, and she like starts very quietly, like you hear a band
Yeah.
like getting ready to go on and stuff. So it like really adds to the atmosphere in the song. And like yeah, she starts off quietly, and then the crowd talking like slowly tapers off. So like that was
Mm,
just like kind of cool idea of like making it sound like she was performing live to just like in like a lounge or whatever. People weren't really paying attention until the
mm,
song progresses and people start noticing her. And then yeah, she just kind of explodes for the chorus, and it is repetitive, but I think it's engaging. Um,
yeah.
and I love the guitar solo during the bridge. Is a really cool
Yeah.
guitar solo. Yeah, I think I don't like. I would say, or I could see it being like one of the like low points of the album, but that's like there aren't very many like low is
Yeah, it's
relative
like sitting
to
at 10 and then it dips to 9 a little bit and goes back up.
dips to like a 9.9. So like yeah, like low point doesn't really mean much, but
Yeah.
it is like it is very Taeyeon. Like it's not anything new.
Mm,
Um, I would say. Uh, so I could see that, but I like it still
mm.
a lot.
Yep. All right, next is Wine. This is easily my favorite song on the album. I really, really, really love this one. I think the piano-led instrumentals on top of the like just intensity and sincerity that you can really feel in Tan's voice, it
Mhm.
really, really sells it to me. I forget who said it originally. It's some Korean producer, I think, but like Taeyeon sings like she's telling a story, and this song really hits that mark so well.
Yeah,
You can really like hear it in her voice. Like the chorus of this song even like kind of lingers in my head, in my mind, like even days between like listens of the album.
yeah,
Like yeah, it just hits me. The high notes in the bridge were really awesome as well. Like I thought this was a perfect track on a really, really amazing album.
yeah. Oh yeah, this is my second favorite song. It's slower, but it's got that very uplifting, inspirational sound. It's the song reminds me a lot of Time Lapse. It's very similar
Hmm.
to Time Lapse.
Yeah,
It really showcases her vocals. It's got a similar feel. Um, and I love all at the end of the song all the layered vocals that they do with all the different parts, like her doing a bunch of different parts all at once. I
yeah,
love when solo artists do that. So yeah, this is definitely up there, probably my second favorite.
yep. All right. So coming up next, we have "Do You Love Me." Um, this is kind of like a palate cleanser of the album to kind of like bring us back to down to earth, I guess, so to speak. Um,
Mm,
after Wine sort of like launches you into the air, I suppose. It's much more like low intensity and delicate sounding than the rest of the songs in the album, but I think that's nice.
mm,
Taeyeon's singing is really nice and smooth and sweet. The string section and the instrumentals I thought were a really nice touch as well and really go well with the piano.
yeah, yeah. This is like more of a like jazzy ballad.
Mm,
I think like the mix of the jazz sound and the strings and the piano, and then her like layered vocals and her softer tone, it actually is a really Christmassy vibe to it.
yeah,
Like I
I
could
agree.
easily hear the song being played in like a mall during December. Like if 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 this was, you
Yeah.
could definitely put this on a Christmas album.
Yeah,
Um,
when I first heard this, I thought it actually reminded me of Mamamoo's song Memory,
yeah,
which is actually I think is a Christmas song.
yeah, it
But
might be.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, that's not a bad thing. It's definitely Taeyeon, something Taeyeon does really well.
Yep. All right. Next up we have City Love. Yes, as the name implies, it's an awesome like city pop inspired track,
Hmm.
and I think it fits right in on the album. Um, which I guess her doing this sort of song isn't too big of a surprise considering she did a Train to Chuncheon like earlier this year.
Yeah,
The bass line in the background is really awesome, as well as the guitars as well. I think the literally like twinkly instrumental parts work really well also.
yeah, the bell or the chimes.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, the bridge on this song is really satisfying when it kind of just gets stripped down to just her voice plus the piano backing. So
Yeah.
yeah, I really, really enjoyed this song as well.
Yep. This is yeah another upbeat like jazzy Taeyeon song. I This one was another one to me that like probably stood out some of the least on the album. Like I said,
Mhm.
that doesn't really mean much, but this is like a very standard Taeyeon sound, and like kind of what you'd expect from her. Didn't stand out too much, but I did really
Mm,
like the fun guitar line throughout.
yeah,
That was probably my one like major comment on it.
yeah. All right, so this is up next is Gravity. This is probably the song I listened to the teaser for the most prior
Yeah,
to the like album's release.
yeah,
Um, it's a very like Adele style like power ballad, and I think that still like feels right at home in Tan's wheelhouse.
Yep.
In fact, Tan likes to cover Adele like pretty often.
Oh,
So,
really?
well, like yeah, like she like for example, she posted some videos on her Instagram, I think also on YouTube, of just her like singing at a norebang. Like she
Oh, really?
sang a bunch
Okay.
of Adele songs. Yeah. Um, yeah, the vocals on this are the real MVP. Like for real, it's so good. Like she does a fabulous job of like conveying emotions with her like pristine vocals. I love this song. And like when the bass comes in as well, it just it kind of just drops on you, and I think it really fits with the title of the song, Gravity. It kind of like just sucks you down.
Yeah.
So great
Yeah.
song.
Yeah, this was one of the songs we've heard before, from her concert or whatever. But yeah, it's just a she just kills it with her vocals. It's a ballady, just amazing track. There honestly isn't too much to say about it. It's just it's Taeyeon
Mm,
just doing an insanely good vocal showcase song. Um,
yes.
so I think it's a good way to end the album.
Yep. All right. So I guess with that we can go on to ratings. So for me, I literally just gave it a 10 out of 10. Like I think this is the best
Yeah,
album of 2019 so far. Like for me at least. Like this is easily my album of the year so far. So we have we have another like 2 months or so, I guess.
one.
So
Well, we don't count December, so we only have one really.
oh, so we
Half of
yeah,
one.
we have a little bit left. We'll see if anything can top that, but this would be my vote. I
Yeah.
really enjoy this album a lot.
Hmm. So and Andrew did give us a review, or
Yes.
just score. He gave the single 2.5 out of 3.5. But he gave the rest of the album 3.5 out of 3.5. So
Mm,
gave the music a 6 out of 7, and they gave the
okay.
concept a 3 out of 3 for a 9 out of 10. He said his favorite song
Awesome.
is "Do You Love Me." Um,
Interesting.
and I was gonna give it a 9.5 because of the music video. I'm just gonna give it a 10 because it's. I mean, like, I don't know. I technically, if I was being truthful to our rating system, it would be a 9.5. But the music's a 10 out of 10, and I just want to give it
Mm.
a 10 out of 10. So I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10.
Oh yeah.
Uh, so it's
So
a
I think that's
10.
an average of like a
It's it
9.66 or
is.
something.
So yeah, it rounds up to or no, it would round down to a 9.5 since we do 0.5s now.
Yeah,
Um, but still gets a seal of approval and everything.
truly Daebak.
Yep. Surprise, surprise. The first album we come back with where Jacob and Nate review something, it gets tens. Who
Yep.
would have thought?
Yep. All right. So I guess from there we can go on to our next topic.
Yes. Topic 2.
All right. Yep. So on Monday, I guess actually technically now it's last week. On Monday last week,
Yes.
um, I drove to 4 hours to Toronto. Nate drove how many? Three?
Just 3 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, Nate drove 3 hours. And we met up with Stu from our Discord, and we went to see Tiffany
Yep.
in concert, in the flesh.
The second time I've seen her in Toronto this year.
First time for me.
Yes. So yeah, we're just gonna talk about that. Jacob probably talked the most since for me it was the second time where
Yeah.
he got the full giant thing. So
Yes. It was amazing. Um, yeah, so I guess um I'll just start from the beginning. So actually I guess I'll just start out my day. Like I basically that day I woke up at like 6 a.m. and worked on my networks project until like 10, which was like right before I was about to leave. Didn't finish that. I said, fuck this, turned it in. I'm going to see Tiffany now.
seems about right.
And then I went, took a shower, put my clothes on, got in my car, and drove to for 4 hours to Toronto. Pulled up to the hotel, parked my car. and then we basically like just got an Uber, went to the venue, which was the Danforth Music Hall. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we kind of just stood out there, waited for Stu to show up. Once we met up with him, we went to a bar which was like right next door to it.
Yeah, I don't
And
remember what it's called.
got dinner or lunch or whatever the hell it was. Um,
Between.
Dunch.
It was basically dinner.
Yeah. Um, yeah, so that was nice. It was kind of a cool bar actually. It was like pretty nice. I like the
Yeah.
atmosphere in there. Um, Extremely expensive though. We did
Yeah,
not
it was
expect
like a
that.
fancy bar.
Yeah.
Which is
Um,
BS because I looked at Google and it marked it as $2 signs, which is like a normal restaurant usually. Like it
yeah,
goes to 4, and I would have marked that as like a 3 for a bar at
three.
least.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think I paid like I don't know, like $13 or something for a salad.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was. Yeah, I think my burger was like $25 or something.
Yeah, it was something like that. It was good though. It was
Granted, this
really
was
weird.
Canadian, so really it was like $2 for a salad and like $3 for a burger. But
Worthless Canadian money.
yes,
All right, so yeah, after that we went back to wait in line. We waited for the box office to open. Once that happened, we got our tickets. Finally got in line, and then we basically waited for my VIP stuff to be ready.
yep. And then you
Um,
left us.
yeah, it was kind of weird. Like we were waiting in line together, and they came like down the line asking for VIP tickets, and then gave us wristbands. And then after that, at a certain time, I had to get out of line and go all the way to the front
To a different line. Yeah.
to a different line. Yeah,
Yep.
I think it makes sense why they do it because that way, people who don't have VIP who showed up early still do like
Have their line. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Plus, like forming two
and
lines, you start blocking more of the sidewalk, and like
yeah,
it's just like
exactly.
yeah.
Yep. So, anyways, I got out of line, went to the VIP line. After that, they like kind of took us inside, checked bags and stuff, and then we actually went down like next to the stage. Like that's where we started lining up for the like photo stuff.
Mm.
Um, so basically, I got in line. I was just talking to people in line and ended up taking pictures with them. Um, and yeah, one girl actually like recognized my Sungkyunkwan University jacket. Like she's like, oh, did you study there? I was like, yeah, I studied abroad there, and she said her friend went there and she knew about the campus and stuff like that, which is kind of cool.
Nice.
Um, so yeah, anyways, kind of waited in a line for like I don't know, like 15, 20 minutes probably, to take a picture with Tiffany. And once we got in there, that's when I was like, oh shit, she's literally right there. It was like really crazy. Also she was like literally like this tall.
Yeah,
Like,
she's pretty short.
yeah, she was like to my shoulders. It was really like I knew how tall she was, but it was like still like really surprising in person, I guess,
Mm.
if that makes sense. So yeah, everyone kept saying that. Yeah, it was like, oh my God, she's so tiny. Cause like I don't know, when you see like SNSD on stage, they like seem so like giant.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
Well, like they just seem like normal height because relative to each other, they're all pretty similar. But you
well for
never
me,
like.
I don't know. For me, it's not even normal height. They
Plus,
just
they have
seem
like heels and
huge.
stuff.
They just seem huge. Like
No. Well, it's because they're
not like
like.
as in not as in like size, but they seem huge. Like their
I,
presence is like imposing.
well, yeah, obviously they have stage presence, but I think part of it was you were 12 when you started listening to them, and they're 10
Yeah,
years older than you, so they were
yeah.
like you were probably like 5 feet tall when you started listening
You know, that's maybe that
to
might be actually part
SNSD.
of it.
Because I
I
was
don't
like, to
know,
me, they
but
never like I knew they were all short. Like I've never pictured
I don't
them
know.
as not
Yeah, I
short
guess
because
it's part of the fact that I did grow up literally
yeah,
like
you were a
listening to her
child
music.
when you started listening to them.
Yeah. So anyways, yeah, that was really crazy. So we got to take pictures. For the first picture they were like, yeah, like do this pose for like magnetic moon. You gotta like put like a moon next to your like eye or whatever. I
Hmm.
don't know what that actually means, but
I don't know,
it
whatever.
was kind of cool. And then we did like the
Finger art.
hearts thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so that was cool. And so after the picture, like Tiffany was like really, really nice and
So
she like talked to
okay.
everyone for a few seconds and
Yeah.
then also like just gave everybody a hug, which was
Yeah.
so cool.
So was this actually was this just on stage, or was it like
No,
a
it wasn't on stage. It was in like a
you
back
just
room.
lined up, but like in front of the stage or whatever?
So the state so you know the door you came in to
Yeah. Yeah.
like enter the venue?
Yeah.
Like on the other side of that, like we went around and like back in that
Oh, okay.
direction that we
Okay.
came in
Okay.
and there was another room back there.
Yeah.
It was
Okay. So
back
it's
behind there.
similar to what happened for our the same when I
Yeah.
did it.
Yeah, so it was not on stage, it was like back.
Yeah, there was like a
Yeah.
side room or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it was really cool. Like so yeah, she basically like you know, talked to everyone for a little bit and then for a few
Hmm.
seconds and yeah, gave everybody hugs. Which is really awesome because like most artists like I don't know, I feel like they try to avoid touching people because it's kind
Yeah.
of weird.
Well,
But she was
it,
like just she was just really nice and like literally like it's not even like the fans doing it first. It was like her
no.
that
Yeah,
literally
she
just came over and
initiated.
hugged
So
you.
she initiates the
Yeah,
hug. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I think that's more of just like American culture is like less because Korean culture is more conservative. So like
Yeah, I
skinship
feel
is
like
like
in I feel like
like
for
hugs and
artists in
stuff.
general though, I feel like, you know,
Uh, it depends on the artist, I guess.
yeah.
But
I don't know, but either way, she's really, really, really nice. So,
like I could
yeah.
see like Taylor Swift hugging people that are
Yeah,
like
probably. I
it's
guess
just like the
yeah.
artist personality. Like
Mm,
rock, obviously like rock bands aren't, but like I don't know. I feel like most
yeah,
like
yeah.
female pop stars, American pop
Yeah,
stars
they
probably
probably
do
will.
hug their fans.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, in Korea, obviously like hugging is a lot more like of like I don't know.
Romantic thing.
Not even romantic, but just like you have to be familiar with. You
Yeah,
don't hug
but
random people. You just, like
as far as I know,
that.
like you don't even touch other people unless
Well, no, yeah, you get
you're
like
like
it's
really, really
literally
close to
hide.
them.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's why it doesn't happen for K-pop usually.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was really, really awesome. So after that, they gave us a like on the way out, they gave us a signed poster which we had to like hold through the entire concert, which kind of sucks, but I get there's probably no really good other way to
Yeah.
do it. Only thing I wish was if we got like a tube or something to keep it in,
Yeah, but that's
but
expensive.
whatever. Yeah, exactly. Um, actually, I have mine right here. One second. I'll just unwrap that while I'm talking. Um, so yeah, basically we got these posters, which I'll show on camera. Sorry, audio listeners, but yeah, signed. So
Good one.
awesome. I'm actually going to buy a poster frame for mine. Is yours like a little bit too big, the frame?
Yeah, it is. It's a frame I had already. But then
Yeah.
the other thing is I put the like cuz we got this nobody did it for this tour, but I put my like fan the like slogan under it.
Oh, apparently in Washington D.C. they did one.
Yeah.
And it like literally made her cry.
Yeah. So that's
It
why
said
I okay.
it said you're the flower to our pain. And
Oh, okay.
yeah, she
So
oh
yeah, that's the other reason why I got a bigger one, so I could put that, and I also have the wristband under it. So like
yeah,
the pink
I have
part
my
is the wristband,
wristband.
and
My
then
wristband
slogan,
right here.
and then
And then
poster.
I have the tickets in my jacket, so I gotta take that out.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, after that we got our poster and then we basically went down and stood by the stage waiting for the thing to start.
Hmm.
Like I was close enough that I was on like you know how on the gate there's just a gate and then there's the metal plate that like weighs it down.
Yeah.
Like I was literally standing on the metal plate, so I was really really close. Like I guess
Yep.
second row. I wasn't quite barricade, but yeah. Funny enough, like you and Stu like were not that far
Yeah. So
behind me.
meanwhile, all this time, Stu and I were just waiting in line outside. Started raining a little bit, which sucked. Um, but then so we just get in and like we were like, I mean, we weren't
Like one layer of people behind me, I'd say. One
Yeah,
or
so
two.
like we were probably like 50 people back in the line. So like
Yeah.
we weren't super far back in line, but this wasn't a huge concert. There were probably only like 200, 300 people there. Um,
Mm, I don't know. I
so
looked
we,
back and there was a lot of people. I think
yeah, but
most people
like
showed up pretty late though.
I don't know. I'd say at most there were 500 people. Like it's not a
Yeah.
ginormous concert. Like it's a pretty small hall, and it was like maybe like 2/3 filled.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but yeah, so we were like 50 people, but then like so yeah, Jacob's group, all the VIP people were already up there like against the barrier, but
Mm,
then like most of the people that were in front of us went to the merch line, so we just like went into the hall and we were basically like right behind all the VIP people. like
yeah.
I literally like could touch Jacob. I was like just
Yeah.
there was a one layer of people between us. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's actually interesting because my for the concert I went to there wasn't a barrier, so we were like actually leaning up against the stage. Um,
Mm,
so I wonder, I don't know, it's just different policies, I guess, with the two different
yeah.
music halls. But it was a small barrier. Like the barrier wasn't very far from the
It was
stage.
like three
It
feet from
was
the stage, maybe.
yeah,
Yeah. It wasn't super it wasn't super far away. But yeah, anyways, so yeah, I was close enough that like yeah, you could literally like just see like every feature
yep,
like she was standing right in front of you, which is really, really awesome and crazy. So yeah, we're basically just waiting there. They're playing like random like Drake songs for whatever reason the entire time.
well, it's
Um,
Toronto. What do you expect?
yeah, yeah, you're right. It is Toronto. And then yeah, basically then the lights went out, the moon lit up. So she has like this huge moon on the stage. Like it looked like it was suspended or something, but it was actually held up by like two metal rods like from the floor.
It was yeah,
Yeah. And it like glowed, which was really cool. Um yeah, really, really cool stage piece. I really actually thought that was awesome. You can find a lot of pictures of it online.
yeah,
Um and then the guitarist and the drummer started like playing music and it felt like forever. I think it's just because of how much suspense there was.
yeah,
Like I looked at the video of it and it was actually only like a little over a minute, but it felt like forever.
yeah,
Um and then she finally came out. She was wearing like this like huge like white hat and not like a it's kind of like a blazer, I guess. White blazer and then like crop top and white like jeans and stuff. She had like an all white
yeah,
outfit
yeah,
basically. Um yeah, she looked really, really good. And her dancers' outfits were kind of cool too. They were like 70s almost,
yeah.
I
It
guess. They
was
had like
yeah,
bell-bottom
it
pants.
was like a one piece. Um, that yeah had like bell bottom pants basically.
Yeah, it was
Uh,
really interesting. But
yeah,
yeah, they first came out and they did Run for Your Life, which I pretty much expected to be the opening song. I think
mm-hmm.
since it's her newest one and also
Yeah,
it's yeah, it just gets you hype right in the beginning. Um, I thought that was really awesome. Yeah, actually, shout out to the live band that she has with her. Like they're really, really good.
yep,
Um, like every song like felt like it was like a rock version, which is amazing.
yep.
Because you got like electric guitar and drums and yeah, I want a live album. I would listen to that. I'd listen to the hell out of that if we got a like magnetic moon tour live album or something.
Yeah, it won't happen, but yeah,
No,
it was the same as her last tour. I highly recommend people go see her live. Like even if you're not a huge fan of her,
no, just
like
go. Like
the
it's
music,
so good.
because like yeah, it's not you don't have to worry about like the weird distorted vocals if you don't like that. You don't have to worry about like all the electronic like focus stuff. It's just yeah, it's all live. It's mostly guitar and drums. Like
Yeah, it's
it's
very
completely
raw and
different
it's
arrangements.
yeah. I feel like her concerts are also very like they feel very like personal, I guess.
Oh yeah, definitely. 'Cause
Like
they aren't
she
very
she
big.
talks to people, she
Yep.
interacts with the audience. She has again like this huge like stage presence considering she has like over a decade's worth of experience.
Yep.
She like honestly, I feel like going to her concert is like one of the best K-pop concerts you'll ever see, in my opinion, at least. Like you're really seeing like a true like artist and like veteran, I guess. like perform, you know?
Yep.
Um, yeah, like honestly, I feel like this is the best K-pop concert I've ever been to, in my opinion, at least. Like, the only one that really competes with it was Hyukoh, but that's because it's like for with them it was like this huge, like imposing force of just having a rock band on stage. I feel like
Yeah.
that's kind of unmatchable from I guess a pop context.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that was yeah, Tiffany's concert was amazing. I really, really recommend anyone go. Um, huge standout was Yellow Light.
Yep.
Like that's a song that most people don't really remember quite as much from her I Just Wanna Dance EP.
Yep.
But like they did a rock version of that and oh my God. Like I saw a not fan chant, fan cam on Twitter like a few days before and I was like, "Oh my God, I can't wait to hear this." And it definitely lived up to my hype. Like I never thought I'd be standing in a crowd headbanging to Yellow Light by Tiffany.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
what here there I was. Like it was really, really good.
Yep. Yeah, that was definitely a standout for me too. Like it was a full on just like hard rock version of it, and it was so good. And then I Just Want to Dance always gets me. I love that song so much, so it's
Yep.
awesome to see it live both times.
Yeah. Yeah, I think honestly, like Tiffany was is probably the best performer I've ever watched. That's for sure. Like that's easily easy. Like she has so much energy and like I said, stage presence and like people shit on her vocals, but honestly, like I think like her vocals were like huge selling point for me in this concert.
Yeah.
Like they sounded really, really great. Like even if it's not like super clean and everything, I feel like that just gave it texture, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, like it doesn't sound exactly like the recording, which I thought was a huge positive in this case.
Yeah, I
Like
mean
it
it's
gave it so
live.
much more character and emotion and energy, I guess, particularly like in songs like Heartbreak Hotel, for example, like the high
Yeah.
notes she was doing and that was so good. Um, on like she did the flower, like she did the like she like talked about like sort of what her intentions behind the song were before she started that and that also gave it like another like more I guess context I guess in relation to like uh I guess how you're supposed to feel about the song. I don't know. It's yeah, that whole concert was really, really just amazing for me, I guess. Being
Yep.
a uh I don't know what the word is. I don't know. Being like an SNSD fan for like almost half my life, it was really, really amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think it matched my it matched my experience from the first from the last
Exceeded my
concert.
expectations.
Well, no, it matched my experience from my last
Yeah,
concert,
yeah.
which was yeah, I had going in I don't want to say I had low expectations, but like it just was not what I expected. Because yeah, I did not both like going in the first time I didn't expect a live band. Um,
Mhm.
and so I that like really surprised me and really made the concert way better than I thought it was gonna be. And I thought it was gonna be good. But I just thought it was gonna be like standard pop concert where
Mhm.
like she's just singing along to a backing track of the normal song. I didn't expect all these crazy different like rock based and like just acoustic and just more like interesting sounding. I don't want to say
Yeah.
interesting because that makes the like originals sound bad, and I like all the originals, but
Yeah.
different sounding songs. And
Gives it
yeah,
a lot
this
more energy, like in the context of
yeah
live
exactly.
performance, and I feel
Yep.
like she really, really benefits from it. So,
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I think everyone should go regardless of if you like her. Like, obviously, if you just like completely dislike her and everything about her, then don't go. But like, even if you don't like her music, like American music, because you don't like the like poppy manufacturedness of it, like the very like synthesized like vocal like stuff they do, distortions and stuff, like just go. It's so much. It's so different. It's very it's all live. It's acoustic. It's live vocals. Like no weird effects or anything. It's just it's so much better. Like Jacob said, if there was a live version, I think I would like all of the live versions better than all the studio versions for the most part.
Yeah. I feel like for me, it's just because I get to feel more of her, like her personality, her
Yeah,
um yeah, just in general. I'd recommend this concert to anyone. Like even if you're not even a K-pop fan or whatever, I'd probably bring them. Like
yeah,
for real. It was a really, really amazing concert. Um Even the cover she did as well. Like she did Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus, which is really
yep,
cool. One thing that was really interesting, I don't know if you saw this, Nate, but somebody posted a fan cam from early on in the tour of Tiffany singing Wrecking Ball, and Miley Cyrus
yeah,
actually retweeted it.
yeah. I saw you posted that on Discord.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, I want the crossover.
Yeah,
Because like honestly, that would be really I would totally be down for something like that. I wish that would happen. Like Tiffany and Miley Cyrus collaborating, that'd be really cool. It'll probably never happen, but I would love that because well, I'm not like explicitly a fan of Miley Cyrus's music. She can sing like for real. Like recently, I saw her do a cover of "Say Hello to Heaven" by Temple of the Dog, which is like a grunge song I really like. And oh my God, that was awesome. Um, Sorry for the tangent, but yeah, yeah, Wrecking Ball. She did. What was what was that? It was like a old like R&B song. I forget what it's
uh,
called.
was the American ones? I don't know.
Yeah,
You can't ask
yeah.
me or like Western pop songs. I have no idea.
All right. If anybody's knows what I'm talking about and was there or something, yeah, just then she also did like Jung-hwa
Yeah, she did
cover.
"Invitation" by Jung-hwa, which was really surprising. I didn't expect to hear that. She did a Boa song. Um, I can't remember the name of. So yeah, that was cool to hear. And then she did "Run
Yeah, it was
Devil Run."
really cool. Oh my God, yes. Dude, Run Devil Run, I was also really, really hyped for seeing like fan cams and stuff. I kind of wish I had gone in like not knowing anything because that would have been amazing.
Yeah,
Um, Especially to just hear like yeah, just hear Run Devil Run start and I would have like freaked I would have like literally freaked out.
yeah,
Um, yeah, that was really, really awesome. Uh, but yeah, like this whole concert was amazing. I kind of wish I wish I could like record things with my brain and just like put
rewatch
myself
them.
in the state again and just experience it again whenever I want, because I would do that often. But yeah, it's probably the best concert experience I've ever had. I'll put it that way, I guess, overall.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'd recommend anyone go to Tiffany's concert, and I'll be going every chance I get, legitimately.
Yep. Okay,
Yep.
we'll move on to topic 3.
Topic three.
Topic 3 is the return of a group I thought was dead. And so, if you didn't know, Pristin V is back, and it's all I could have ever wanted. Because
Well,
basically,
kind of.
it's fine. Um, so yeah,
Isn't it?
basically,
Isn't
Pristin
it
disbanded.
three out of the five?
It's 3 out of the 5 plus 1 that I thought should have been it. Plus, yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah.
So yeah, like
Yeah.
earlier this year, Pristin disbanded. If you didn't know that, they're a group from they're a Pledis girl group that was doing really well, and then just kind of they just stopped doing anything with them, and they died, and no one really knows why. Well, except for them.
Still don't know
But
why.
basically, yeah, they had a subunit in Pristin V, which created one of my top 10 K-pop songs of all time. Get it? Which is an utterly amazing song. If you don't know that, go listen to it. But yeah, so basically they disbanded earlier this year, and there were like a month or so later, there were some rumors that like they were gonna, some of the members, including, it was basically like most of Pristin V except for Kill Kong stayed with Pledis, but it was basically a rumor that the people that left Pledis signed with a new company. and were gonna re-debut. So that gave hope, but then that basically got denied because Nayoung went to a different company and like started doing acting and stuff. So she basically like denied that. Well, it turns out it was actually kind of partially true. So Unwoo, Reina, now known as Yebin, so basically it's really annoying because they all went back to using their real names.
They're really Korean names, yeah.
Which for me was super obnoxious because I knew all of them from Produce 101 where they used their Korean names. Then they debuted in Pristin, and Pledis was like, no, you're gonna like use stage names. And I was like, God damn it, now I have to get used to all these new stage names and relearn their names. And now after I relearned their names and I'm used to their stage names, they go back to their Korean names. So I had to like flip that switch again and go back. But yeah, so basically Unwoo, luckily she always used her name, from Pristin V. Reina or Yebin is her real name. From Pristin V, and Min Kyung, who went by Roa in Pristin, joined a company along with Yua, who is Kyungwon. Those four basically joined a new company. It's a brand new company that like this is their first group.
I wonder if they like followed a producer or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how it all worked out, but yeah, so basically there's a brand new company. I don't even remember the name because it was weird because they had a name and then they changed their name like right after they debuted or like right before they debuted because they had like a weird Korean name, and then I think they realized that was a bad idea because they're gonna have international fans, and so they changed it to just some acronym. So it's like OSR Entertainment or something like that. That's probably wrong.
Okay.
But I can't remember what the company's name is anymore. But so we got teasers like three weeks ago, and I've freaked out because basically Pristin V's back. Because Pristin V was three of them plus Kil Kyung and Nayoung, which were the two members of IOI that made it to that were from Pledis.
Yep.
Like I said, Kyokung stayed with Pledis, and Nayoung went like basically just does acting and modeling now. She's not really doing music. But the other three joined this company. They added Yua, who, if you go back to my original, when we reviewed Pristin V, I probably said it on at some point during this podcast. I've said it that Yua should have been in Pristin V. She was like the other member of Pristin that I thought would have fit that like girl crush, like R&B, just like powerful style.
She looks way more adult like.
Well, that's because she doesn't have like the short bleach blonde hair.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then they added, so there's a new girl named Bada, who's a little younger than her. She's just like a trainee.
Right?
But yeah, so they re-debuted in a new group called Hinapia, which is
whatever that means,
a ridiculous name, but like I was saying in Discord, everyone was complaining about it, and then I was like, just think about all the K-pop names that you've gotten used to and don't sound weird anymore. Eyes One, Gugudan, Wikimiki, like all these names are dumb, and they sounded dumb when you first heard them, and then you just get used to them and you don't care anymore. So like, that's exactly what'll happen with Hinapia. So yeah, they started putting out teaser photos. I thought they looked good, and well, to be honest, most of them weren't that great. And like, this company doesn't have a ton of money. It's pretty clear. This is gonna be a low budget. But the girls looked good. The teasers weren't great.
The lighting in the teaser.
Yeah, the lighting was bad and dark. But yeah, so it was pretty clear they were doing like a girl crush style, like sticking to that Pristin V style, which I was really happy with. And then there was such a weird release schedule with this. So basically a live stage came out a week before the song came out. For some reason, Show Champion put up a performance of theirs. Even though the music video didn't come out for a week after, and like the actual release. But yeah, so we basically got the performance of it, and it was everything I'd ever wanted. So yeah, it's another like girl crush song. It like similar to Get It. I think it's super catchy. like it pulls you in instantly because they started with like a Yabin rap, um, and like just all throughout the song, like I think Jakari put it best is like they they have stage presence. Like it's so
Yeah.
clear watching the live stage that like they know what they're doing. Like they have
Yeah.
the experience, they have the stage presence, they know how to
Um,
do this type of song.
I don't know what
Um,
the line distribution was like, but it seemed like Yabin was like definitely had the most in the song.
um,
At least for me, it seems like she was stood out the most. Maybe that's
yeah,
why. But
yeah. I think she definitely stands out the most. I mean, I'm biased because she's my bias, but
mm,
like I think for the most part the distribution's pretty good. Bada got completely screwed, but that's kind
mm,
of like understandable because she's the new one and like she doesn't have the experience they do.
get stuck in a group
Um,
with people who already have fans.
yeah. I feel a little bad for her because like, I mean, on one hand, yeah, I feel bad for her. She's like gonna be the least popular member of the group from the start. Like, or like she has to do a lot more work to like earn her fans, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. But on the other hand, she gets to be in a group that's gonna have an established fan base from the start. Like it's not like she's joining a random group that has to fight up from nothing.
Yeah.
At least this group will have some fans and do okay just from the start. So like there's upside and downside for her. But I think she actually like really surprised me on live stages. She doesn't have very many lines, but she does a really good job with the choreography. She like I think she does a good job matching their stage presence. It's clear
Yeah.
she's not as fully like she doesn't have the like complete set of skills they do, but like I think she does a good job matching them.
Yeah.
Um but yeah, I love the song. Like the music video is whatever. It's cheap. Like they had to cut out a scene of Roa eating some toast with butter on it, which is hilarious to me. Um, because it was deemed unfit for broadcast.
Okay.
Well, it's basically she's just eating like super sexually and getting the butter all over her lips. So like
I see.
but
Okay.
like it's just funny to me because there's a part of the choreography where Yabin sticks her ass out and she's always has short skirts on. And in the first performance, the camera came from like a low angle, so it was like super clear what they were doing. And I was like, how is eating butter toast kind of messily more lewd or like more like deemed unfit for broadcast than this like upskirt shot basically?
Mm,
Um, but no, yeah, as for the music videos or whatever, but their stage presence kills it. The choreography is really good. The song's really catchy. It's basically everything I could have hoped for.
yeah.
So what do you think of it, Jacob? Since
So
I've
for
been
me,
talking.
I've listened to it a couple times. I think it's good. Um, I'm probably not as mind blown about it as you, but uh,
Yeah, well, you didn't have the attachment to the
yeah.
group
Overall, I
or...
thought it was good. I didn't have my mind blown, but I'm glad to see them back. And
Did you watch the live performances at all, or...
no, I just watched the music video like two or
Okay,
three
yeah,
times.
you should definitely at least watch one of their stage, like,
Okay.
watch the live performance at least once.
Yeah, they all look really, really good in the music video. Like, uh, I think Kyungwon looks really good. Like I said, I don't even recognize her.
Yeah.
Like, she looks like a completely different person with the long black hair.
Yeah, the only reason I
Um,
recognize her is because she didn't have the short blonde hair in Produce 101, so like...
okay, yeah. Like she looks much older than the other members, I think. Is she
Yeah.
older?
No, they're all like within a year of each other, except for
Okay.
Bada.
Wait, what year are they born?
Like 2000
96,
or
97?
no 90, yeah, I think 97, 98.
Okay. So they're like my age. All right. That's kind of intimidating actually. But anyways. But yeah, yeah, I think they all looked really good. I think overall this in my mind was a success. I noticed they don't have a ton of views on the music video yet, but I
Well,
think
so
once
what are they at
like
on?
half a million, less than half a million.
Okay, because it was at like 400,000 when it got wiped and they did the re-edit. So we lost
Oh,
like, so we should
okay,
be at
so it
about
would
a
be
million.
like a million. It would be at a million. Okay. Um, Yeah,
And that
I
that
think
was like
basically
400,000 in like 12 hours.
yeah.
The first
I,
12
I think
hours.
I think basically I just need to see more from them before I
Yeah, this is the
full
first
judgment, I
song.
guess.
We didn't get
Yeah.
an album. It's just a single, digital single. Like,
Mm.
but yeah,
But I think I'm excited if they keep this concept. I think they'll have good chances of standing out because we don't have a lot of groups that do this kind of thing.
yeah. I mean, yeah, we kind of do,
Like
but
there are edgy girl groups, but not with
yeah,
this like sort of
not this
music.
type of sound. Yeah, not like the
Yeah.
throwback R&B. Like, yeah, that's like the song for me stands out because it uses so many vocal effects, which I usually hate, but it uses
Mm.
them are really like good ones that fit the song and use them really good ways. Like, I really like the like walkie-talkie sound, like where it sounds like they're talking over a speaker, because it's
Yeah.
like it's not super like abrasive.
Hmm.
It's just it's something subtle, but it like fits the song. And like there's just some like good sound effects that they use, or like vocal effects they use that I think fit it really well, which is something I usually hate. And something
Yeah.
like most girl groups doing this type of song just overuse the hell out of autotune, and they
Mm.
didn't. And like
Yeah.
their vocals are so good. Like Unwoo is such a good singer. Like this is
Yeah.
just a really well-rounded group.
Yeah.
Like they're a very highly skilled group. So like
Mm.
that's why I like it. I was so sad that like Pristin disappeared because they they have
There's
members.
still like no excuse. That should not have
Yeah,
happened at
their
all.
members were so talented. They all they produced all their music, or like
Yeah.
had a hand in producing all of their music. Like they were such a good, well-rounded group, and Pledis
Yeah.
just completely
Threw him out.
ruined everything. So I'm just happy that some of them are back, even
Yep.
if. And even if there aren't any members of IOI in this group, it is still an IOI branch group to me because it is a branch of a branch.
Oh my God.
It is. It's a branch of Pristin, and
It's
Pristin was it's part of the tree. It's part of the IOI tree.
IOI Leaf group
Yeah, basically. Um,
in the directed graph of IOI.
so you will see them nominated for best IOI branch group of the year. I will make sure of that.
All right.
Okay, want to get into topic 4?
Yep. I'll let you lead that
Yeah.
one
I
as
got
well.
my list. So
We're
topic
just
4, we're
quick
basically
shot and
just gonna
everything.
quick shot a bunch of news. Of like things that happened in the past month since we haven't had any podcasts. We haven't been able to talk about any of this stuff basically. So there's like some comebacks we're gonna talk about. There's a lot of members leaving, this was a really bad month. And then some people coming back. So first thing I want to start off is a really somber thing, and I don't want to get into it, but we never actually talked to it, and I kind of had a statement prepared that I wanted to say really quick. So if you didn't know, or you basically Sully from FX passed away or like a month or so ago. She committed suicide, and she always struggled with mental health issues. I don't really
Yeah.
want to get into it because one, I don't want to like reopen the wounds that people are slowly healing. And two, we've had this conversation before. If you want to hear our thoughts
Yep.
on these conversations, go listen to our episode about well, we
Jonghyun.
did it for Jonghyun, and then I think we might have also done one for Top. So remember
Yeah.
Top like earlier or
attempted,
like
yeah.
last year attempted. So we've talked about
Yeah.
this before. Our thoughts are gonna be the same. So go listen to those. But basically, I just want to say one: if you're going through rough times, if you're depressed, if you're thinking about suicide, go talk to people.
Yeah.
There are suicide hotlines if you don't feel comfortable talking to anyone you actually know, but talk to people you know, talk to a therapist, just get help.
Yeah.
Like you, it's not a healthy thing, but it's not a bad thing to want or to like talk through those things. Don't be scared.
Yeah.
People aren't gonna like push you away.
Yeah.
And two, the reason she felt she needed to do this was because of constant hate online. So if you're one of those people that is constantly posting online negative things, maybe just reconsider the things you're saying and who you're saying them to, because maybe they're a celebrity, but they're actual people.
Can still
And
hurt them.
just, yeah, you can still hurt them. Like, even if you think they're never going to see it, they might see it and it might affect them.
Yeah.
So yeah, just rethink the type of things you're putting out there online. And I know most of the people listening to this, I would say most of our audience probably aren't those people.
Yeah.
So I'm not really talking to our audience, but if someone randomly is listening to this and you're the kind of person that likes to troll online and just say like hateful things about people, just rethink what you're saying, rethink your life, and remember that you're actually talking to real people online.
Mm-hmm.
And it can affect them way more than you think.
Yeah.
So that's all I wanted to say on that. Like I said, if you want to hear thoughts on these type of things, listen to our Jonghyun episode especially.
Yep.
And before this happened, you guys did like a FX like retrospective because
Yeah,
they basically like
not long
disbanded
before.
a few weeks to a month before that officially because the other members left SM. And
Yeah.
you guys did like a kind of retrospective on your favorite songs and like your favorite memories of FX. So you can go listen to that for a more upbeat thoughts on what we loved about that group because they were a special group.
One of my all-time favorite groups.
Yep. Okay, so getting into less sad news, but also, well, I'll just get all the negative stuff out of the way because also this month, like a ton of boy group members just left their groups,
Okay.
like which was not expected. They were all like unexpected. So Hwal from the boys, he left the boys. This was because of ankle injuries and health issues. Basically, like I assume he has like bad ankles and just dancing's not really a thing he's gonna be able to do ever, like as a full-time job. So that one's like a little more like understandable. But then Lon from ONF left unexpectedly for personal reasons. This came out of nowhere. They just announced, hey, he's leaving, personal reasons, but they were in the midst of comeback preparations. Like this was, I think they have a comeback in a couple weeks or maybe not. I'm not sure.
They have to
I might be
redo
getting
a bunch
mixed
of stuff.
Yeah, basically, I'm not really sure how far along they were, but like they were teasing like not actual teasers, but they are teasing that something was coming soon. So this seemed pretty unexpected. And then the two big ones, and I don't want to just dismay ONF for the boys fans. I love those groups. But out of nowhere, Woojin from Stray Kids.
Yeah,
left.
I was surprised, really surprised by this one.
This is also for personal reasons, and this is also very sudden because this was actually less than a month before their comeback. They were supposed to come back
on teasers and stuff now.
Yeah, they were. This happened on the 25th, I think, and or no, this happened on October 27th, and the comeback was supposed to be November 25th. So literally less than a month to comeback. They had to delay the comeback 2 weeks, I assume, to edit the music video and reshoot. They probably re-record the whole song and everything.
The whole album probably.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if they leave his vocals in or not. But yeah, this came out of nowhere. No one expected it. There was no signs. It didn't even seem like Stray Kids that knew it was coming. It sounded
That really
from like
sucks too, because he's one of the like main vocalists, isn't he?
he's their main vocalist, and like it sucks because it's gotta hurt for like Chris because like he put this group together, like he made this group, and like every group says this where they really talk about like the whole group, like we're 9, we're never gonna like break apart or whatever, and like but like the fact that he built this group from the start and they were together the whole time training like to be a group. It wasn't like the normal trainee process is the company has tons of trainees and they select the ones that they think are fit to be in a group. This was JYP was like, here, just Chris, you can make an entire group. Like find the trainees you think would fit your style of group. You can produce like Three Racha like can produce tons of music, and we think you guys can make a boy group. So form one. So that like this came out of nowhere and was like really surprising. And then the other one, which was even more sudden, was Wonho leaving Monsta X. And this
Oh
was
yeah,
literally,
this whole saga was crazy.
yeah, so I'm not going to get into the actual like details of it because long story short, there's a bunch of controversy with Wano that came out
Yeah,
and he left. So Starships actually was backing him and was saying like we're going to take legal action against malicious comments and stuff. But he left on his own terms because he didn't want to harm the group's image. And he didn't want this like long drawn out controversy lawsuit stuff to just drag the group through the mud. So he decided to leave. But this came out literally, they were backstage to record their comeback stage for their new song.
Oh shit!
And he was just, they just went up as 6 and stuff. Like it was the most sudden thing ever. Like he was literally there at the station when he decided to leave. But yeah, short story. Basically, there's a ton of controversy. It involves like an ex-girlfriend, but him borrowing money from an ex-girlfriend. This is involving that same girl that somehow has dirt on every male trainee in the K-pop industry, and she's just gonna bring them all down.
She was the one involved with, correct me if I'm wrong, Top and BI as well.
Yep. Yeah.
With their like drug shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. So she, and yeah, apparently she alleges that Wonho owed her, he was dating her friend and he like stole a bunch of money.
I thought it was her girlfriend.
No, I think I took that as her girlfriend, like as a friend.
I kept seeing people say girlfriend.
I don't know, maybe, but I don't know. Apparently, he was dating some girl.
Crazy.
He was dating some girl she knew, and borrowed money from them and never paid it back. And then apparently, he also went to juvie at some point because he smoked weed or something. I don't know. There's so many like random allegations against him that who knows what any of them are true.
Yeah.
But yeah, he basically left because of that. Also, the more funny one to me that's hilarious is she alleges that Shonu was in a relationship with a married woman, which to me is hilarious. Like,
what the hell?
I don't know. There's so many, like, she just, that one like was just breezed over because of all the Wano stuff. But that one's just funny to me because like it's so ridiculous.
I don't know how the hell everyone keeps getting like involved with her.
I don't know. She somehow made so many connections to people during trainee days. It seems crazy. Like she knows every male trainee out there. Well, like at first it made sense. Like she was a YG trainee and like it seemed like she knew all the YG. Like she knew Top and she knew BI. Wano, I don't know. Maybe she went to a different company and Wano was part of that company.
Did he used to be at YG?
I'm not sure.
Because I wouldn't be surprised considering like the whole concept of Monsta X.
Yeah.
If some of them used to be at YG.
Yeah. Okay, well let's get to the fun and the good stuff. So next, this is a more recent thing. But Taeyeon and Daesung have been discharged from the military. So woo! What do you think is gonna happen? I was gonna say, what do you think is gonna happen with Big Bang now?
I don't think we're getting a comeback. I'll be honest.
No.
No, I think.
Do you think they'll stay with YG?
I hope not, but unfortunately I feel like G-Dragon will definitely stay at YG. There's no way he leaves. He either gets his own company under YG or he just stays there.
Or he just Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if he just becomes CEO or if they like put him in charge.
To be honest, I don't think any of the Big Bang members would leave YG. I'm pretty sure they're very like close with him. Like him personally.
So GD, I 100% don't think he will because I don't know. I don't know if you remember reading this or if you read this on Discord, but I posted YG was actually at his sister's wedding a couple weeks ago.
At GD's sister's
at
wedding.
GD's sister's so like wedding. There's no way he's like.
If any of them leave, I'll be surprised.
I could see. So Daesung is weird because he's got his own controversy stuff to deal with.
Yeah, what happened? Was someone with his like?
He owned a building. No.
Oh, a building.
No, he owned a building.
She won, actually, I think.
Yeah, Daesung owned a building that illegal activities were going on in, and he feigned that
Oh,
he had knew nothing about it, but then like evidence came up that he did. So like he's
ooh.
in the shit that like Seungri, not as bad as Seungri, but like similar. Um,
Why is everything from YG just so like
Because YG just bred
bad?
this like he was super corrupt, and he probably just gave them bad habits or whatever.
Yeah,
Um,
I feel like Taeyong is the only
I could
one
see
who's not who's not dirty that we know
yeah, I at this point I have no idea. Like, I mean GD might not be
I
either.
think the only
I
thing
mean GD
GD did
smoked
was
weed that
smoke
one time.
weed, like
Yeah, but I don't
like
count that for
cocaine.
any of them.
Yeah,
But no, yeah, who knows? But I could see Taeyong leaving. Um, I don't know if he will. I hope he does. I hope we get another
yeah.
album. Um,
I
GD, I don't
I
think will.
I want a GD album and I want a Taeyong album,
Yeah,
solo or together.
yeah, yeah. We might get it together if they both stay, but I don't know. I actually kind of expect Taeyong to leave.
Yeah,
So yeah, and then the last thing I wanted to go over were some comebacks, big comebacks that we missed.
yep,
The biggest of them was Super M.
yep. I thought it was
This
cool.
this happened like right before we, or like right as we kind of went on our short hiatus. Basically, we
Yeah,
almost recorded the review of them. We
yeah.
had to cancel. But yeah, I for this group. Well, you could go first. You go first. What do you think
I
of
think
Super
it's a
M?
cool idea. I love supergroups, like in general. Like,
Yep.
I guess as we all know, I'm a big fan of like rock music, so like supergroups are just something I think are amazing. Like, I don't know, like two that I really like are Audio Slave, Temple of the
Yeah.
Dog. Those both have Chris Cornell from Soundgarden in it, with the bands from Rage Against the Machine and Pearl Jam, respectively.
Yeah. Yeah. I knew
There's
you'd say
all
Audio Slave.
yeah, there's also like um uh Queens of Stone Age technically kind of is.
Yeah.
Like Dave Grohl was a drummer at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, Super M's basically like a super group, but for K-pop. So it's got members of like all the different
Yeah.
SM boy groups past Super Junior,
Yeah. It's got
basically.
Taemin from Shiny,
Yep.
Kai, and
Yep. Kai from EXO, and then a bunch
there's
of
one other member of EXO. Who's
Kai
the
and Baekhyun.
Baekhyun? I was gonna say who's the
Yeah.
vocalist.
Yeah. Kai and
And
Baekhyun, and
then
then a bunch of NCT
yeah,
members.
it's got Taeyong and Mark from NCT 127, and then Lucas and Ten from Wavy.
Yep. Yep.
I
So
think that's it.
that's
I
pretty
hope
cool.
that's it.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
What do you think of the song itself?
Dropping, I think it's pretty good. Like, I
Yeah.
didn't hate it, and I don't like listen to it all the time, but like if I
Yeah.
saw it live, I think it'd be really hype.
Oh yeah,
So,
definitely.
also I love the like the concept for the MV. Like, it's got them like performing in a giant stadium. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
we're a super group.
Yep. Yep.
So,
Um.
yeah,
Yeah, for me it's weird because my expectations were simultaneously super high and super low for this.
yeah,
Because one, obviously, is super high because of talent. It's got Ten and Taemin, who are two of my like top male biases. They're both insanely good at dancing.
yeah,
But then it was so low because we got literally a month of teasers, of daily teasers,
yeah.
that it just like drove my hype into the ground because it went
Yeah, I
on
was
for
like, man,
so
I don't
long.
care anymore. Just
It's like
drop it.
we did not need a week of image teasers for every member, basically.
Yeah. Especially not for
So
this. Like it was good,
yeah,
but it's
exactly.
like,
Like it was so overhyped. Yeah, I like the song. It's fun. It's not as insanely like it's not as high quality as I'd hoped it would be.
do they
But
have a leader?
I think Taemin. I think
Taemin?
Taemin is.
Probably.
I don't. If
If
they
it's
do,
not
it's
Taemin,
Taemin.
that's weird.
But I don't actually know.
Yeah.
But no, I thought they did really well. Like the song's fun. The idea, like you said, the idea of the group is insane. Like it's so cool.
Yeah.
it's got all these cool, awesome people that I love. They're all really talented. I think I like the album too. I kind of wish I could have seen them. Apparently Baekhyun's the leader.
Oh, okay.
Which
Yeah,
makes sense.
that's weird
Baekhyun's
to me.
actually older than Taemin, so
Oh, really?
yeah, Baekhyun's
Okay.
90.
Yeah,
Baekhyun's 92 and Taemin's 93.
yeah. I always forget because Taemin also like
Taemin's young
debuted
for
really young.
yeah, he debuted really
He
young.
was
He
like
was
14 or 15, I think.
yeah, he was. So yeah, it was cool. It'd be cool to see more. I wish we could see more with like a more, because they like targeted the American market, and like the song wasn't like, just give me a Taemin song for this group. Like I
That'd
just
be
want
really cool.
Taemin style music worth all
Honestly, if
with
they
as a
did something
group.
like that and targeted at the American market, I think that could be actually quite successful.
Yeah.
Also, it looks like they filmed the MV in like Dubai or something.
Oh, I don't. Who knows where
Because
they
I think
went?
I see well, they're in the desert, and I think I see the Burj Khalifa in the background. So,
Yeah, it could be.
and they're
It could.
driving like supercars and
Yeah,
stuff.
they're
So,
driving. There's supercar. Yeah, like I don't know. The one like awesome thing to see was they went to like they were like on Ellen and stuff. Like
yeah, yeah,
they went to like
I heard about that. I didn't see the
hardcore
clips though.
American talk show circuit, like BTS
Yeah,
level. So that was cool to see. Next, this one I don't have too much to say. I just had to point it out. But Brown Eyed Girls came back,
yep,
which has not happened in a long time, and they aren't even all with the same company. So we're starting a trend, hopefully, because also
yeah, I hope so.
Rainbow's coming back.
MST, please.
Rainbow's coming back soon. Although that's a little different. So yeah, they got back together. They released an album. I think it's a full album. With 2 singles.
Brown Eyed Girls, yeah.
I haven't listened to the album. Did you have a chance to listen to it or?
I haven't listened to the album, but I did watch the music videos.
Mm-hmm.
Glad to have him back.
Same.
Basically, that's the
Yeah.
theme for Wonder Woman was really weird though. It had like
I thought it was
like
interesting. It was
yeah,
they were doing like gender reversal. So
yeah,
basically,
it's like
it was them
drag
in
queens.
suits with like a ton of drag queens all in like
Yeah,
wedding dresses and
it is a
doing
cool
the
music video.
choreography.
It's just very weird.
Yeah, I mean it fits them though. It fits their style.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I thought the songs were good. I think I think I had my expectations a little too high. I don't think they met what I was hoping it would be.
yeah. I was expecting something like Brave New World or
Well,
like
yeah, exactly. Like exactly. I was thinking like they have such good albums that like I think I set my expectations just a little too high.
yeah.
Because it was good. I didn't dislike the songs, but it wasn't like top tier, insanely good.
Brave New World is like another level.
Yeah. And then finally, last thing I want to mention real quick is Hyuna and Edon re-debuted, got their first comebacks. I don't know what these are called. I think they're just called comebacks.
Called? Just
Well,
Hyuna
no, they're separate. They have
Oh.
solo songs.
I see. So they just
They just
happened
came
to come
back at the same time. Yes.
Okay.
Which was this
I know
week.
I know they were appearing on like Knowing Bros, for example.
Yeah,
together.
they're peering together and like,
That's
but yeah,
cute.
their songs are separate. And they're both really good. So for me, this is opposite of Brown Eyed Girls, where my expectations were really low
Yeah.
because I did not like Hyuna's last 2 songs,
Yeah.
and I've never really liked Edon in Pentagon, which I've gone on record in saying, and I know Sam hates me for it. But both of these songs were really good. Hyuna's is cool because. So a lot of people are comparing Hyuna. A lot of people on our Discord, at least, were saying Hyuna's song has a lot of vibes of Bebe.
Mm.
And
Yeah,
I
could see
didn't.
that.
I did not like that song. But the reason I didn't like that song was I did not like the chorus. I did not like the Bebe part. It was super repetitive. Yes, I did not like that. And this doesn't have that. And the other thing this really reminded me of is this really reminds me of a Subin song, like the really weird indie sound that Subin has.
Yeah, I like
like
that
Circle's
kind of stuff.
Dream and stuff.
Yeah.
It has like a very similar feel to that.
I've been spamming catch up recently. It's really good.
Have you listened to Hyuna and Edon songs yet?
I listened to Hyuna's. I haven't
listened to
heard
Hyuna's?
Edon's yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Hyuna's. I
Yeah.
I really like the music video. She looks really good,
Yep.
and I'm being able to say that for the first time in a while because lip and hip. I just don't like the overtly like sexual stuff. It
Yeah,
just
I'm
feels
the same
kind
way.
of gross to me. I don't know. Whereas she just looks really nice in this, I guess.
Yeah. For me, it doesn't feel gross. Like, I just don't like it because it's such an obvious, like, it's, if it
Well,
feels,
lip and hip was the one that felt kind of gross to me. I also
yeah.
don't like food being
Oh.
anywhere in music videos. Like, it's disgusting to me. Just a
So
weird
yeah,
quirk for
it
me,
doesn't
but yeah.
feel gross for me. It just feels like disingenuous. Like every time, like in for songs like that, it feels like it's there just for shock factor, just to get views. It's not being
Yeah.
used as like part of the concept, or like it's not because she feels empowered. It's because they think they can get an extra 100,000 views if her shorts are a little bit shorter or whatever.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've seen Lip and Hip, so I'm not really sure exactly what. But for this, no, yeah, I think I thought this was a really good turnaround for her. And then Edon's really surprised me because it's funny because I always compared Edon to GD in Pentagon. It always felt like he was trying to be GD. He
It
had a
did always
similar
sound like
voice.
that though, like for
Well,
real.
no, exactly. Like he had a similar like vocal tone in the music videos. He always had like weird. Like he had that like GD style. Like he always had like the weird outfits and like was just like
Yeah.
really like in your face and like weird. And this comeback sounds like a GD solo song, which is amazing. But like
Yeah.
it sounds like GD's like sentimental mid-tempo. It's a sentimental
Also
mid-tempo song.
like Untitled 2014?
Yes,
Is
exactly.
that what it's called?
It's a sentimental mid-tempo song. It's got a great sentimental rap. And if you
Mm,
listen to this podcast for a while, you know that's my favorite type of boy group sound, or like
mm.
male artist song. I love like sentimental sounding mid-tempo songs with raps. And so like I found it hilarious to me that his solo sounds like a GD song,
Mm.
and they're my favorite types of GD songs, and I really really liked this song. So I was very
Maybe
surprised by it.
maybe we'll get a G-Dragon Edon collab.
It's just like
That'd be really
it
funny,
came
actually.
full circle because I never liked Edom because he always tried to be GD in Pentagon songs where I didn't think it fit well, and
Yeah.
or at least the Pentagon songs I know. I know he didn't sound like that in all of them,
Yeah.
but and then now he's trying to he sounds like GD, but he fits it so well, and the
Yeah.
song's so good. So I was really happy with that. So that's it for me. I think that's all the major news that I pinged Discord. Nobody else said anything else. That was everything I could think of. Obviously, we've been gone for a while. Like I said, it's been about a month. Hopefully, we don't have to take any more ginormous breaks like that again. But it might
Hopefully
happen.
not.
So
Yeah,
don't
dude, school is so busy.
yeah, don't like worry about us if we miss another week. Check our Twitter every time we miss a week. I always tweet that Monday, saying like, hey, there's not gonna be a DaebakCast this week or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, if we don't put something up on Monday, check Twitter and I'll have tweeted why. But yeah, hopefully we don't have to do that again. I'll try. A lot of people said good things about Jakari on Queendom Cast.
Yes.
So I want to try
We
to
should
get
get
him
him
on
on.
a lot more regularly. I still gotta talk to him about that and see. I don't want to say he's gonna be on every week, but we waited way too long to put him on in the first place,
Yeah.
and he's only been on Queendom Cast. He hasn't even been on True DaebakCast. So the thing is, we were waiting for a Luna comeback. I guess that's another thing we could talk about really quick.
Where the hell's Luna?
Luna just is dead because their company ended up owing another company like millions of dollars that came out of
Wait,
nowhere.
really?
Yeah, you didn't hear about that?
No, I didn't. I didn't hear.
Yeah, there was like a big lawsuit thing where some company was like, we loaned you a ton of money and you never paid us back. And then you've been like doing all these things with this group and like you still owe us a ton of
Damn,
money.
I thought it was all that weapons money. Turns out they
Yeah.
borrowed from another company.
So yeah, we were waiting for a Luna comeback, Luna the Ballad, to get Jakari on, and that's just never happening. So we'll
Rip.
get him on.
Yep, one day.
sometime soon. I'll bring it up to him, maybe next week. If not, we'll see.
Yep.
So yeah, that's it for us.
Yep. All
Any
right.
last
So
words?
yeah. I guess thanks for listening this week if you tuned in. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you like our stuff. Uh Again, sorry for the irregular uploads recently. It's just my life's been crazy. So
Yep.
is all of ours, I guess. But yeah. Um Please join our Discord. We love bringing new people into the community. We love talking with you and with everyone. There's a ton of interesting people with different tastes, with different garbage opinions.
Yep.
So, yeah. um, yeah. Anyways, join Discord. Please subscribe on YouTube. Please listen to us on audio services and
Yep.
whatnot.
Review us on iTunes. That helps us get our get
Get
our
our ratings up.
ratings and get our exposure out there for iTunes.
Yep. So yeah. Anyways, thank you and goodbye.
Yep.
And stay
I was say no one's here
Stan
today.
Tiffany. Stan Tiffany.
Yep. Throbbingly Stan Tiffany.
Yes.